I got a feeling it's going to be 16, but let's check. Oh. 0BZ3 HGYF. And terrible starting stats, except shot speed apparently. And kind of a terrible starting trinket as well, in the form of ringworm. Glass cannon is our starting spacebar item in case you're just watching, which is why I'm scared. Glass cannon is one of the items in Afterbirth, oh my god, Capricorn right after that I actually think is too absurd for me. I say that with like full understanding that people are going to be like, oh, you little pussy. I have never found an occasion to use glass cannon, if that makes sense. It's just, it turns you into the Lost, and there's no getting around it now. For those of you who don't know what it does, basically it fires one enormous, I don't know if it's homing, but like one enormous, piercing shot that does an astronomical amount of damage. However, it also lowers you down to half of a heart, and that includes if you have spirit hearts as well. So, I really think the only way I could see myself using this is if we get 9 lives. And then we could use it to fight bosses, and it'll probably make pretty short work of them. But as of right now, I actually just don't think it's applicable. Like, I don't think I can use it. I think I'm just going to keep it in my spacebar slot, and we'll use it in kind of like desperate times. I guess the other reason that you would use it is, let me put it this way. I don't think it's an item you use proactively. I think you use it reactively. If you get down to half a heart, you can fire it risk-free. So I guess that's probably the way that it is intended to be used. Why don't you just use it and try it out once? No, you don't understand. If I get hit after using it once, I'll die. You're not going to get hit. Yeah, that's what everybody thinks right before they get hit, you know? I'm not saying we're guaranteed to get hit, but there's probably like maybe like a 20% chance that we'd get hit after we used it, and that would ruin our streak for no reason. I'd be disappointed. Got mom's heels. What a weird run. What is that sound? Hold up a second. Oh, that's our AC unit. All right. Are you running your AC unit in March? Yes, I am. It's the end of March, so it's, you know, in Vancouver, it's basically starting to be spring here, and this room gets real freaking hot. Right now, it's like 24 degrees Celsius in the room, which is very good, very comfortable, like room temperature level. But it's cooling it down to 26. It's not heating it up, it's cooling it down to 24. It's not heating it up to 24. Let me assure you of that. We also have, I think this item's called the sensor. So, we're doing a really good job of slowing these enemies down in front of us, which is really nice. I think this might just be like a better version of Nightlight, because it always is in front of you. Or maybe it's worse, because you can't aim it as well, but I like it either way. I like it just the way you are. Hey, what do you call a ship that the government doesn't tell us what the name of it is? It's called a censorship. And let me tell you, buddy, don't put me on that ship, because it'll sink. I'll sink it. Loose lips sink ships. Loose lips garner censorships as well. There's some architecture in there that you could use for a joke. I'm not quite hitting it right. Sounds like something my wife would say. Hi-yo! In this case, hitting it refers to intercourse, not domestic abuse. You know, that would be a fucked up thing to say. It was meant to be a self-aware joke. But instead, it ended up being one where I had to over-explain it, and now we're getting all aboard the censorship. I can't really do it. That's more of a train whistle. That's more of like a foghorn, maybe? Something like that. That can work. Okay, what do we got in here? Is Book of Sin. We'll take Book of Sin. You have my word that until something much, much more compelling shows up, I'm going to stick with Glass Cannon. Because I do like the idea of getting some flippin' use out of it. Didn't want to enter into the censorship again there, but if we can get some use out of it, I would like to. You know, that's the whole point of these Eden runs, is experience a little bit of zaniness, a little bit of variety. I'm a little surprised I didn't get hit there as well, but so far, I cannot be persuaded to use Glass Cannon yet. And I want to warn you, there may come a time when the run ends and I still have not used Glass Cannon. I'm not going to say that that's the most likely outcome, but it may actually be the most likely outcome. I'm just not mathematically sure of it. So prepare yourself for the disappointment that this run may end without me having used Glass Cannon. But if the conditions are right for glass cannon, we may get the opportunity to use it on occasion. I know, it's a pretty bold ask there. I guess the other thing we could do is actually use glass cannon to get into the boss trap room and then pick up red hearts after it. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I want that red heart. There we go. Although I shouldn't have picked it up because I want to use glass cannon again. Now that I've seen the damage, I want to... He's got a taste for blood. So it doesn't have a no use, obviously. But at the same time, please keep in mind that would have much better have been served by like an IV bag or maybe even a razor blade or something like that. But sure, it did allow us to get into this room. The fact that other items can do something better doesn't necessarily make an item bad because, you know, where's our IV bag, right? You know, you gotta take what you can get. Take what you can get. She looked me in the eyes and said, you gotta take what you can get. Baby, you gotta take what you can get. Here's something. Here's something. Okay, I mean, if you're not familiar with, you ain't seen nothing yet, then this is gonna just seem very annoying to you. So I'll stop. We're gonna be leaving about on schedule for boss rush. We do not have a well-focused boss rush run right now, but it's not a bad run. Jesus Juice and Capricorn, these are pretty good items. Any day now, this will... Oh, by the way, for everybody who's probably out there right now saying, NL's a little pussy bitch, don't come to my high school and fight me, I'm fucking ripped. I got an 85 in grade 9 gym, I can do almost 30 push-ups. Like, okay, you got a good point, I bet your dick's huge. But at the same time... I'm using Ringworm here when any conceivable, sensible person would have dropped it in a heartbeat. So I am committed to the Zane here. I'm committed to the zaniness, but we don't quite have the sale on it yet, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So we're saving Onzus because it's easy for us to find our secret room on this floor. It might be a little tougher on the next floor, so we'll save it for then. And this is a Curse of the Labyrinth. If we could save ourselves a little bit of backtracking, that'd be sweet as well. I did pick up the Spirit Heart, which means that I'm not intending on using Glass Cannon in the near future. If there's anything positive I can say about Ringworm, at least it gives you a shot speed upgrade, I guess. But it's it kind of pales in comparison to the fact that your shots will never hit enemies as a result. I get it, it's a Fester's Quest reference. I'm not at all salty that the item exists in the game. I don't know anybody who is, but I think it's one of those things that for most people, on most runs at least, you're meant to pick it up and then be like, ha ha ha, no. But I've never been that kind of person, you know? I'd rather try my own style 20 times and get it right once than go look at the Brady Games strategy guide and figure out how, you know, Speedrunner 69 is getting it done. I'm not saying it's any better or worse of a style of gameplay. If anything, it's worse. Usually leads to me wasting a lot of time in measures that prove ultimately futile. I wanted to say futile, or futile, because otherwise it sounds like I'm talking about feudal, which is like, what, are we talking about the Sengoku Jidai period in Japanese history? Probably not. Are we talking about the relationship between a noble and their serf? I doubt it. If anything, we'd probably be talking about, you know, surf rock, like Surfin' Bird and Wipeout. Oh, that's Virtual Bart flashbacks. Okay, we don't have any keys yet. I'm like in full-on womb strategy right now. I am trying to avoid doing as many rooms as is necessary. Or only do as many rooms, I guess, as is strictly necessary. I don't care about boss rush at all, but this is all about just doing as few rooms as we have to do until we can get something that maybe makes Glass Cannon worthwhile, or we can get shots that are large enough, like Popula Duplex-esque bullets that don't miss with Ringworm, or at some point we're going to end up having to drop Ringworm. But I won't drop it until the run gets shaky enough to warrant it. Farting baby. He farts. This is like the item they put in the game like 2 days before ship. They're like, oh, we need a nice round number. What should we put in? How about a baby that farts? I mean, okay, you know what? Mock that animation up quick. We'll get it out tomorrow before Steam does their updates. That was a terrible dodge on my part. I don't even want to talk about it. Bombs are key. Why would I want bombs or key? Turn my 0 bombs into 0 keys and vice versa. Seems very, very effective. Yep, yeah, he farted all right. Could you please give me a key? Thank you for the chest, which contains exclusively money that I can't use to further my goals. We might have a deal with the devil chance here. If we get, like... I mean, you're gonna hate me for saying it, but if we get brimstone, it would be really nice. Oh, what was that dodge? I feel like ringworm brimstone is maybe even a little fun. We're also getting dangerously close to glass cannon actually being a functional strat for us. And, well, not functional, but like desperation strat. And that scares the shit out of me. Please give me a key and then a way out of this prison that I've placed myself in. Okay. It's nice having a spacebar item. I wish I knew how to use it effectively. A bomb. This is not going to be a secret room, but I'd already placed it. Very poor play on my part. Again, do not use glass cannon until it's absolutely 100% your only relevant option to maintain survival. Drop ringworm before you use glass cannon. Not because they, you know, just destroy one another, but rather just so that, you know, it's step 1 of our contingency plan. Yo, that's really good. I know people, by the way. I know people. No, I was going to say, I know that people are going to be like, well, you should not take HP. Use glass cannon first. Yo, it takes, you know, we'll shoot once, then we'll go back and get our HP. What's the difference? We could use glass cannon once, I guess, relatively risk-free. And kill the hollow in 5 less seconds. But if we get hit while we're in here, it's not like the HP makes a difference, you know? We'll be dead. Okay, there's our key, which is important so we can actually get to our second item room. And the 2 of spades means we're probably set on that for a while as well. Range down. Not too bad. We will take this. It's not the item we're looking for, but anything that gives us extra damage is nice. And you know what? I'm sorry, ringworm. I'm going to take Mom's Locket instead. It's not better, really. Not much better, at least. But, actually, you know what? It is better with glass cannon. Now, they synergize well. I'm still not going to touch glass cannon until I can get away with it, but... Firemind, I think, is probably a pretty bad pickup for us here, but... I'm going to take it nonetheless, because sometimes it can be great. And I feel like our damage is good. Especially with Firemind, we'll get a little extra damage out of it at a great risk to ourselves. But we have the HP necessary to make it work right now. Where it'll really become a problem is if glass cannon starts to become an attractive proposition. But I don't think we're in any danger of that in the short term here. I know I talk a lot. I talk a big game now about, oh, well, if I was making Afterbirth, blah, blah, here's the decision I'd make. I don't do that to suggest that I'm the ultimate authority on things. Rather, I think it's interesting to talk about and give our feedback. And I think from hearing the changes that people would make to the game, you get a good sense of how they honestly feel about some of the stuff in the game that is the way it is right now. But on a very minor level, I would change glass cannon. I think glass cannon should work outside of your spirit hearts, the way it worked before when it was bugged. Like, if you have 10 spirit hearts and half of a red heart, I think you should be able to use glass cannon all the time. Doesn't that make glass cannon disgustingly overpowered? Yeah, I mean, I think so. But as of right now, it's too dangerous to use. And there's dangerous items. You've seen me do soy milk ipecac. You've seen me do, you know, soy milk my reflection or my reflection ipecac. Any run-related ipecac, I'm all in. But glass cannon is just like, it's a foolish game. If you... The problem is, if you had only Spirit Hearts, Glass Cannon is just a free, enormous, you know, fuck you damage upgrade. So maybe lower its damage, but make it so that it works apart from Spirit Hearts. It's still got to do more than, like, Shoop to Whoop, otherwise, you know, it kind of just is objectively overshadowed by it. But you buff Shoop to Whoop, so, I mean, like... Again, the game is as much the community's as it is Nicholas's now, so... Pretty soon, people will just be able to do whatever they want, but... One item balance change I would probably make is making it so Glass Cannon is usable by sane people. I think it's probably just a little bit, the punishment is just too strong right now. But, you know, this isn't Glass Cannon podcast hour. You know, we don't need to talk about that for the next 10 minutes, although I might have, you know, made you think that it was. Mostly, I just brought it up because it was an interesting Eden start, but not interesting in the way that normally I say interesting, which just means good, but kind of novel. This is novel but scary, but the rest of the run around it is actually pretty good. I would like a little bit more damage, but we have had Capricorn. Keep in mind, we started with 0 damage, or 1 damage, so we started with 1 damage, got Capricorn for a 1 damage up, or a multiplier, I guess. No, Capricorn's a damage up. Magic Mush is the multiplier. Although in this case, I guess it doesn't matter. You know, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 times 2 is 2. Fire Mind is a helpful item in that sense, and Jesus Juice is good as well, but a lot of other stuff we've gotten is not necessarily incredible. This will be a great time for Magic Mush. And that's okay, we got a penny out of it. I basically have no idea where we are on Necropolis 1. We've been to our item room to get the fly. I don't know why I picked up the fly, I guess I'll die. I know why I picked up the fly, it's half decent. But we're going to need a little bit more. I don't think we went to the shop. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna go to the shop. I should go to the shop, but I hate backtracking so much, you know? Everybody's got their own foibles, and that's my foible there. Also, I forgot we had BFF, and, you know, we have some pretty shitty familiars when it comes to taking advantage of BFF, but Revenge Fly is really good once it actually starts working. And we gotta deal with the devil. Binky's good for our tier delay lowering anyway. Guppy items? Oh. 2 tears ups. Puberty. Range up. Range up's okay. You know what? I'll take Curse of the Tower. Just to get weird with it, I'll take Curse of the Tower. Don't want anyone calling me a little bitch. This run's got all sorts of weirdness associated with it. I think we'll look for a teleport card. I would like to get into and out of Boss Rush for free. Curse of the Maze screwed me there, but not by much. It's enough money to get 2 items from our shop now. Perks. Perks or 2 of Spades? I think we take 2 of Spades. I don't really want to do Boss Rush. I don't think we're strong enough or tanky enough for it yet. So that's going to be a little bit of a pipe dream. I don't think we really... In all likelihood, I would never use perks at the right time. You know, if you're saving it for the blue baby fight... Shit, I hope you don't need it for the blue baby fight. Shouldn't be getting hit too many times on that one. HP should be enough to cover it. I know that's a perfect world scenario that doesn't always exist, but... You know, ideally speaking, the 2 of Spades has much more potential benefit for us. Damage is really starting to feel lackluster. It's okay, we still have an item room. We may... Oh, that was bad. We may have an arcade here. We're not having to use too many of our own bombs to blow up skulls, as long as I keep taking damage. Whether you consider that a positive or a negative remains to be seen, I suppose. Alright, now we found our boss fight, and we have tons of time, so... we could just endeavor to find... a teleportation card. Maybe this is where it all turns around. Not a secret room. Not a secret room, I think. I think that was placed reasonably well. I mean, we really haven't done that well with HP on this run either. I mean, Capricorn is HP, and Super Bandage is HP. But apart from that, we're looking at, you know, Turdy Touch. Amazing. I mean, any form of invincibility actually makes it amazing, but we're not quite at that level yet. That could be a secret room that allows us to get into our boss trap room. I'm in, like, full-on, let's focus on the actual game part of the game right now, because it is dicier than I thought it would be. Sure, we could use perks and then try to do that and teleport to the dark room, and we would be killed nearly instantly once we got there. In my opinion, at least. Depending on how long we took to actually exit the first room. Because that's about our expiration date there. A shop. This is important. Well, you know what? I think we can say goodbye to Glass Cannon. Just because Tear Detonator is actually going to be good for us. Book of Sin is good for us, but it's not as good as, like... It's not good enough to be like, let's give up all chances for us to have... for us to have Glass Cannon actually work for us in the future. We really needed like 9 lives to make Glass Cannon work. Tier Detonator at least gives us a benefit on each room, which I think is good. And we're firing fast enough that I think we can get a decent bonus out of this. And I sound so despondent, but really I would have loved to have made Glass Cannon work, but I just don't know what it takes, man. It's got needs that I can't fill. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take it. I think we put in the time on this run that I don't have to feel bad about taking Epic Fetus. So, I mean, there goes Tier Detonator. So, you know what? I guess we're going back for Glass Cannon, which is kind of hilarious. Tier Detonator is now... It does nothing, right? Yeah, it seemed to do nothing. Alright. I mean, it's not bad. That is our secret room? Epic Fetus is really good, I should say. It's not that it's not bad. It's actually amazing. Pop 2 of Spades and take High Priestess with you. I didn't know it was High Priestess until I was saying the sentence, but it fits seamlessly in there. Well, then this is a secret room, then. Well, we won't be able to do Boss Rush if I do this. Pardon? Oh, it's on the other side. We won't be able to do Boss Rush if I do this. I think we have to just sit back and say, you know what? We're lucky to be alive on this run, and we're very lucky to have gotten... Epic Fetus. So let's not sweat Boss Rush too much, you greedy son of a gun. At this point, I'm not willing to trade the time and potentially the HP to pick up whatever was in that stupid room. If you could just let me exit the floor here, that would be awesome. Alright. Peep it. Did do some damage. Epic Fetus makes it somewhat difficult to actually hit Mom's foot here. So what we're going to do is get hit there and then completely screw ourselves with Curse of the Tower. Now what we're going to do is throw down some fires and then move around them in the hopes that the fire will work for us. Dude, this is surprisingly tricky. Yeah, get into a rhythm! She got me again! She refuses to get into a rhythm! Well, I don't think we had a great deal with the Devil Chance regardless, but there it goes. Okay, down to the next floor. 3 HP with Epic Fetus should be a win, and it should be a pretty easy win. But it's not 100% set in stone. Now I would actually really love to get 9 lives so we could take advantage of Glass Cannon. Because if we get hit with, 9 lives after using Glass Cannon, we die. So what? We got another, 20 where that came from. But if we do it right now, the risk is just a little too great. And which is why I say if it just didn't take your Spirit Hearts. I mean, I get the balance issue with that as well, but I think I'd rather err on the side of the item occasionally being used than err on the side of the item never seeing play at all because it's just, far too risky to get advantages out of. Too many advantages, at least. Secret room? Sorry. Secret room? Yes. Exit to the secret room? No. Only exits are going to be to the right here. Well, I just bought the Steam sale, so I look forward to getting the Steam sale here. Either way, it didn't really matter. We didn't get the Steam sale, so I can't be as smug as I was there, but, or as I wanted to be, but, the money is still largely probably worthless. Yo, Epic Fetus, you gotta come down a little faster, man. You want me to reroll my whole run? You want me to reroll my whole run? Of course I'll do it. Of course I'll do it. What is this? We're very fast. We seem to have Soy Milk Curse Die. Is that what's going on here? Soy Milk Curse Die? That's pretty bad. We can fly, which is sweet. I think we may have Dead Eye as well. Oh, you know what? We got Blue Baby's only friend. So as much as I'm loving the Soy Milk Parasite action here, Blue Baby's only friend is definitely going to be better for us. But the ideal is exactly what we've got going on right here, which is a situation in which we can do both. Alright, you know what? I'm at least happy we found an opportunity to take advantage of the Zane. We did lose Glass Cannon, though, in the process here. What do I even want from a deal with the devil? I have no idea, man. Little Steven's okay. How could you? I don't believe it. Okay. Now we have 9 lives, which means we could have actually used Glass Cannon. But what's done is done. Are we going to take 9 lives? Yeah, I think so. In addition to taking 9 lives, we will take Betrayal. And I'm going to go a little harder than I should on this. Because I think he's going to pay out. Aren't you, you little bitch? Apparently not. Paid out with the range down. Not super excited about that. We'll take 9 lives. Not going to play this guy anymore. He's a bad dude. Are we going to fight Hush? That's a funny joke. No, we are not. This is actually... I couldn't have written this better if I was freaking, you know, Herodotus, okay? This is the ideal situation now in which to have Glass Cannon. We only have 1 HP anyway. Might as well be firing like crazy. But in order to get the Glass Cannon, or in order to get this run, we had to give up the Glass Cannon. It's a full-on Gift of the Magi fuckfest here. I hate it because it's poetic. And anything that tries to bring beauty to the world intimidates me. Makes me feel inadequate. So I gotta lash out with anger. This has been like an oddly sort of carefree, totally shitty run as well. Like for all the negatives, and no, it's fucking soy milk cursed eye. It might even be soy milk monstrous lung. I think it's cursed eye though. I'm still having a happy time here, and I'm enjoying life, and honestly, I don't feel like we're really at that much risk of death and disaster. Like, that, oh my god, I think I had the soul and deflected the bullet into myself. 'Cause I'm crappy clap along if you feel like a run without a tooth. 'Cause I'm crappy clap along if you feel like your best item's monstrous tooth. Clap along if you feel like a... Potato Man seeks the truth. Anyway, that's the best I could. There's really only 2 rhymes related to the game for that. I think we're better off with Paperclip. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Yeah. We'll take it. Oh, we got Bum Friend. Not Bumbo, just Bum Friend. This room's gonna be a little annoying. I'm not concerned about our lives yet, honestly. I think that once we get down to like 3 lives, they're going to start to be pretty precious. I'd prefer not to lose them right now, but, you know, sometimes you got to get intel on a room. And before I could really dodge, we got hit on the last one. Bum friend, this money belongs to me. Say it with me one more time. It's my money. This is not where we're supposed to be. Depending on your definition of supposed to. Isaac is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. I was gonna say. Thought you were dead there. Keep in mind, we could have also just chosen to keep Mom's locket and then not taken 9 lives, and then we would have had the HP necessary to keep ourselves fully healed like all the time here. But I think it's a bad sign when the excuse-making Isaac protocol starts to come out. Usually, oh my god, did you see that? Usually correlates with the run getting a little fucky. There you go. You killed the boss. And you killed the non-boss as well. You know what? Nope. Fuck this room. We out. Shitty dead ends are just something by which I will not abide. This should be easy. It's a problem, though, because every time I moved, he moved. Every time he moved, I needed to move my shot, which charged my tears, which could hit those enemies and knock them into me. 3 red chests. 3 red chests. I think we go for it. If we die, we get exited out of the room anyway, so not a big deal. Infested's okay. High Priestess, good opportunity to finally get something out of that. Puberty, great card, great pill, great card. It's the best card a pill could ever ask for. Starting to get full-on train wrecked here. But we got enough keys. And when you've got enough keys, all you gotta do is get enough chests. And if you need to get enough chests, there's only one place you can go. The cathedral. No, but you gotta go to the cathedral to get to the chest, obviously. Just like you can't break an omelet without making a few eggs. This is ideal. Let me fly over some rocks like I'm playing an old version of The Lost. And just attack enemies thusly. Especially enemies that can't hit back. It's an Eternal Heart. It's not an Eternal Heart. It's mostly just a lot of bombs and money. Which is effectively irrelevant were it not for Bumfriend, who paid out with a pill, which was Pretty Fly, which is pretty good. Okay, just leave this over top. All we have to do is focus on dodging. We got a Pretty Fly. I mean, that's it. I don't know if our other fly will actually block shots, so it's really all up to the Pretty Fly. Oh, you know what? We have the Soul. So predominantly, what we're worried about is actually beams. If we can avoid the laser beams, which we can't, should be fine. We got really close there, though. All right, we can do this. That was good. It was just a test. Lovely. I mean, we could also do this little song and dance here. I call it a little back and forth do-si-do. Try to get as many shots in there as we can. The problem is occasionally we're going to end up taking... if we're shooting, we're going to accidentally take Blue Baby's only friend out of the major leagues, you know? Did I shit myself a little bit there? I may have shit myself a little bit there. Go! 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 We're good. Holy crap. No deal with the devil. We won't be fighting Hush today. Thank you very much. Just give me my bill and I'm gonna leave. Alright, 6 lives left. That's not so bad. Yeah, Bumfriend, this is your time, man. I'm gonna tell everybody that this is your time. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. Please, seriously though, please. I hate you, Firemind. We don't have that anymore anyway, so. Okay, how do I feel? Honestly, I think we have like an... Wow. That's still fine. Getting less fine with every death, but I still feel like we have an 80% chance or so of getting a win here. Maybe I'll lower it to like 70 after that shitty death back there, but we gotta stay pretty sharp. But I think we have every ability in our power to make this happen. It's never a great situation when you're relying on Blue Baby's only friend to deal like all your damage, but you know what? Fuck this room. If we don't need to be here, we out. I'm not getting paid for this shit. Well, I guess literally I am, but I'm not being paid specifically for that room. That's not in my job description. Everybody always uses that as like a negative, you know? Oh, that's not in my job description. Okay. Why don't I just do nothing that's not in my job description? Yo, the job description is a legally binding contract between an employer and employee that describes the compensation an employee will receive for duties outlined therein. It's the legally binding document that dictates how much you get paid for your work and what that work entails. You really should not make a habit of doing shit that's outside of your job description if you value yourself, man. Otherwise, employers are just gonna take advantage of you. You gotta, you know, be the change you want to see in the world. The sentence, that's not in my job description, is empowering. Perks is actually really good for us now, believe it or not. I did not get hit. I still did not get hit. Okay, just a little bit more and we'll be good to go. That's like, if you're like a software engineer or something at a company, and they're like, hey, can you help us, like, lift boxes out of this truck? We just had a bunch of deliveries. You should really say no. Dude, that happened to me. I used to work at, I'm not gonna say what I used to work at. It's not like it's like a shitty company or something like that. I just don't want to invite undue attention, because it's not really the company's, you know, fault, really. I was young and naive, working at a place as a summer job, making shit money because, you know, that's what you make when you're a student. Basically, you're like a paid intern. And yeah, I mean, you can brag about how you've probably had it worse at some points in your life, but is that really doing yourself a service there? Anyway, I was employed to basically do a little bit of customer service and arithmetic. And then they were like, hey, we've got like 20 new desks that have arrived. You're like a young guy in an office that's full of people who maybe are not as, you know, in the prime of their physical peaks as you might be. Not that I was a specimen or anything like that. Can you help us lift these desks? And I was like, sure, man. That'll help me, you know, get out of the drudgery of this. What I should have said is that's not in my job description, because I tweaked my back, and it luckily, like, was not a problem that, you know, was, like, long running or anything like that. But at the same time, I was, like, in pain for at least 2 or 3 days. And that's what that whole document is there for, man. The company could just be like, well, you shouldn't have been doing it. I guess they probably would have been on the hook for any, like, you know, physiotherapy bills or something like that. But it would have been a whole kerfuffle. You know, that's why they pay people to be movers. The delivery people should be taking it out of the van at that point. Not to say fuck the delivery people, but I'm saying that's their job. They're covered, hopefully, if shit goes wrong. It's the whole purpose of the company. I always hear it from people. They're like, oh man, I've been working so much. Like, I've been really grinding my nose, or I've been putting my nose to the grindstone for this company. I'm like, man, in most situations, the company doesn't give a shit about you. Like, it's good to take pride in your work. If you own your own business, or you're like a high up, you got an ownership stake or something, bust ass, man. You're getting some equity for your trouble. But I hate to see, like, well, like, I work at Best Buy. I've been working overtime for like 8 weeks in a row. Yeah, they haven't paid me yet, but it's like, no, it's not. I'm gonna pop perks here just in case. Get the hell out of there, man. Report that shit to the labor board. That place has no respect for you. Someone's gonna get hurt, or, well, I mean, at Best Buy, probably not, but it could happen. Don't take this as me being indignant. All I'm trying to say is, stand up for yourself out there in the workforce. You know, if you got, I'm not saying if your job is like stocking shelves, and then they're like, hey, could you help me, you know, get this cake from the bakery and just come back here? Like, oh, that's not in my job description. That makes you look like an asshole. And I guess when it's at-will employment, you know, you always run that risk to some extent. But, you know, if they ask you to do something that's even slightly dangerous or physical, and that's not in your job description, I'd be wary, man. By the way, this is not a conversation coming from a place of giving advice, legally speaking. I'm playing the character of Northern Lion, and you should know that this is a parody and a satire. If you lose your job as a result of my actions, you will agree to harbor no liability towards myself. That was from the law firm of Ya Mutta. Y-A Mutta. Okay. Down to the next floor. We have HP. We have no perks. We don't have the left hand. Lard. We're really fast, so Lard is probably acceptable. Halo's good. Isaac's Heart is horrible. Dry Baby is pretty okay. So I'm alright with this. I'm alright. Got a good old friend here with me tonight, and I guess I'm doing alright. Okay. Well, sadly, Blue Baby's only friend is still going to be my principal damage dealer. My vice principal damage dealer, I guess, is sadly going to be Dry Baby for the most part. Wish we had BFF still, man. I think as long as we don't get too big for our britches, we should be fine. As long as we just take our time here. I got high hopes. This room sucks, by the way. You might say, oh, these enemies, they're easy. You're not wrong. But they're also annoying as shit because of the teleports. Or not teleports, but the charges. And there's just so many of them. And they also all spawn more enemies. So really, I'm just trying to focus one down. And then when one's gone, we're going to focus another down. And then when this guy's gone, we're going to focus the big guys down. Oh my god, he's not dead yet. There we go. This guy's gone. We're going to focus the big guys down. And we're going to do a little, you know, we're going to break the problem up into smaller chunks. And we're going to solve those chunks individually here. And it's working out pretty nicely. These guys are actually easier because they never get a chance to, well, usually never get a chance to charge before, you know, they meet their maker. Depends on how they choose to act. Almost done. I mean, as far as big rooms are concerned, it's probably one of the easier ones, but we're not done yet? One more, maybe? Yeah, no, 2 more. And we got a red heart. Honestly, relatively happy that we got a red heart there. This is kind of the ideal room when it comes to using Blue Baby's only friend in conjunction with another item, which is a charge-based item here. At least we can hit with Blue Baby's only friend while also hitting with our own tiers. I'd much rather just not have a room that is that tough, but it is a nice change of pace relative to most rooms right now. I think at this point you just hang out in the corner and hope that the soul pushes any enemies away. Okay, didn't really work. We do have invincibility for some reason. Celtic Cross, I guess? And that allows us to get in there with our orbital and get that done. Come on, give me a chest. Half a red heart. Weirdly enough, maybe even better than the red heart. That was a hell of a shot there. Pestilence pulled no punches, man. That was like the strongest shot speed I've seen, or the fastest shot speed I've seen out of a Pestilence since, oh, back in the old Battle of Asheville. There was Pestilence everywhere. Grandpa, I'm not talking about the American Civil War, the single most formative conflict in American history. I'm talking about a video game. Nobody cares about the Civil War and all the great-grandfathers who died there, okay? Okay, Slugger. Not that there's anybody alive who fought in the American Civil War, I'm just saying. I'm just having a laugh. Okay, so we got Shoop the Whoop. As you can see from that, the damage on Shoop the Whoop is pretty bad right now. But I'm not really in a place to be really judgmental about that, because anything that allows us to hit with some reliability and does damage is going to be good for us, considering the situation we find ourselves in. We do also have 14 bombs. The bombs are butt bombs, so they will do some toxic damage. That's not that amazing. I mean, Shoop the Whoop sucks, by the way, because we have soy milk, but it's still, I'm happy to have it. We actually more than broke even on bombs here, and we got Death's Touch. Okay, soy milk, Death's Touch is good. Cursed Eye is going to make it a lot less good than it should be, but this may make it so that our best option here is using our own tears. Yeah, it seems like that's probably the case. So, this is basically the strongest position we've ever been in on this run, which is awesome. And we're actually seeing some value out of this, like, Deadeye... Oh, are we... I didn't even see Lust there. We're seeing some value out of this, like, Deadeye, Parasite soy milk action now. It's nice to finally get some use. That was really good. Okay, maybe Shoop the Whoop is not as bad as I thought it would be. If possible, we should fight so that we kill Sloth last and maybe get a really useful card. I was really hoping we get HP up from the Gluttony we killed last, but can't always get what you want. Card the Devil, card Strength. These are both good cards. I think we're gonna pop Strength. This might not have been the best room to pop it on, but I was also like, you know, if we don't use it now, we're probably never going to use it. And we'll carry the Devil with us. Is the Devil better or worse than Strength? Yes, I'd imagine the answer is probably, it's one of those. Thank you for asking. But I'm not going to worry all that much about min-maxing that specifically right now. So I think we've actually got it. I think we've managed to swing this one enough to be a pretty easy win. Well, easy might not be the right word, but to be winnable. Not a secret room, probably. Not a secret room. Apparently we have Stompy. Not a secret room. Say it with me. Not a secret room. This one's a secret room. Not the Black Lotus. Real good. It's a real good item. Okay. I don't give a shit who we kill last here. It's possible by killing the Lust last, we may get a second 9 lives, which could contribute to us becoming Guppy. But I really, really could not care less. I just want to get out of here. I don't know what killed Super Envy, but I'm very thankful for it. Alright, we got a full Shoop the Whoop charge. Come in here. Pop the Devil. Pop Shoop the Whoop. That's not really as much damage as I was hoping for. Now we're going to take a very unusual approach. I am not going to fire, because at this point I want my damage to be done without me having any chance in the world to teleport. So I'm just trying to dodge. If we ever have to get in there and do damage ourselves, sure, we'll do it. You know, the occasional hit is fine. Each hit is worth way more than one hit as a result of the tears breaking, but, you know, I kind of feel like why would you even chance it at all at this point? I mean, even just adjusting where Blue Baby's only friend requires us to build up a charge. Just because we do have Cursed Eye, so... But it looks like we're going to get out of this A-okay. Little scary, and a lot of cool interactions going on there, but consequences free. There we are with 5 lives left at the end, and we do pick up win 16. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.